Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today we are out here in a small suburb of Orlando. I'm going to take care of a downspout. This is actually a gutter and downspout. We were out here about a month ago. We cleaned the channel drain, added footer pipe to the foundation, a sump pump, cleaned the gutters. And what we found was that the gutters need a downspout here on the corner that I'm working on. And the water's traveling a great distance around the top of this roof, causing problems. It fills up with debris, it begins to belly, holds all kinds of water, and overflows here at the corner when it rains hard. So let's take a look at how simple this really is to add a downspout to your gutter system. It's really quick, take you about 15-20 minutes. Let's take a look. So we're up here on the roof, right at the corner of the lanai. And remember, a lanai is a screened enclosure that usually covers a swimming pool. And you can see this corner right here. You can see where I'm working right here. This corner, the water comes from all the way down there, travels all the way around this corner, and of course when it rains hard, it overflows right here. But it discharges all the way down at the other end. And it works, but it builds up with debris very quickly. Also, you can notice that this is an older roof, and if you look, we were just here less than a month ago, and look at all the shingle debris that comes off of that roof when it rains. This is the worst thing that builds up in gutters. Your older roof, when it rains hard, all that little asphalt material drops down into your gutter, and from that it gets heavy. Water sits in here and it begins to push down. You'll notice these have what's called hidden hangers, and there is a nut right here, a screw, but it's only because whoever installed this, they put up 10-foot sections instead of running a seamless gutter. I don't know why, but that's what they did. But these are hidden hangers, and they're great. They're super strong. They work great. You can see them. They're spaced out about every 2 feet, it looks like. Hopefully they did hit the joist. But anyways, what we're going to do is right here, we're going to cut a drop, and we're going to put a downspout that's going to come down the wall and go right down to that gravel so it can empty into that sump basin. So what you're going to need for this type of a job is, of course, you need a piece of downspout. You're going to need a little extension that runs between these elbows. You'll see that's how it's going to connect, from the gutter. You can see the eave, the overhang. We need to bring the gutter back, or the downspout back to the wall and then down. So you need several little parts. You're going to need a drop. These are called petty drops, and we're going to drill a hole for that, set it in place. You'll need a drill. It's nice to have a sealer, even though I don't think we'll need it here. OSI is a great sealer. It'll set up in all kinds of conditions, works really good. You need some tin snips, you'll need some straps, and a hacksaw, and then you're also going to need some fasteners, whatever kind you like. They're going to all work great. So let's go ahead and determine where you're going to put this drop and bring the downspout down. We're up here on the roof. What we're going to do is we're going to take a 2-inch hole saw, and I'm going to go ahead and remember this is an oval. You see that drop? You can't cut an oval with a hole saw. So we're going to start with a 2-inch hole. I don't know if you can see that or not, but we're going to cut a 2-inch hole. We're going to cut a 2-inch hole. Real simple. Next, we're going to take our tin snips and we're going to make this into an oval using this shape. So a little bit of trimming, but doesn't take long to set it up. Be done here in just a minute. So I cleaned off the area down below, and what I'm going to do now is apply a little bit of sealer. I'm going to apply a little sealer around the edge of the petty drop. It's really sticky stuff. It really works good. Remember, I'm sitting up here on the roof, so things are trying to slide away. But we'll get it on there. Trying to do it all with one hand. Believe me, this is a really simple task that you guys can do and save yourself quite a bit of money versus paying somebody to come out here and do it. So we have a good amount of sealer. All we're going to do is set it down in place and just push it. I don't know if you can see it, but the sealer's spreading out. Next, we're going to put some screws in here. What really holds that in place is this OSI sealer. It's really sticky and gooey. When it dries, it's really great stuff. I put the sealer on underneath. Remember, it's just like a bead of caulk, and put a couple screws in. All you really need is 1 or 2 screws. What holds it in place is this OSI sealer. That is super good stuff. It will hold that down. All of these things I've showed you, all those parts, everything is available at Lowe's. They are not available at Home Depot. Home Depot does not carry the bigger, this is 6-inch, or excuse me, 5-inch, excuse me, 6-inch. This is 6-inch gutter. They don't carry 6-inch parts at Home Depot. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the first A elbow onto this. Real simple. So we need that distance right there. Kind of important, as you buy an A elbow, you're going to see that some of them are already crimped. They're already crimped. So we want to make sure we're going the right way. Remember, it's just like pipe. Fittings slide inside of another one. So we've got a small extension right here that's not crimped. We're going to use that to slide on there. Then we need this piece with the open end to make that adjustment. So I've got a rough idea right here. That's where I'm going to make my cut. I've always treated aluminum the same as I do pipe. I like to use a hacksaw. You could use tin snips, but I think the saw makes a real clean cut, and if you secure it, I use my legs as a vise, and then I just cut it. There we go. So we'll secure that back, and notice, if you can see that, just like you're hooking up pipe, you notice that this piece slides inside of the next piece. This piece slides inside of the next piece. If you go the other way, that water will leak out. So just let it hang loose, and now we're ready to make the measurement for the downspout. So I made the measurement for the downspout. What I'm going to do is go ahead and use the saw. Whoop. Nice clean cut. Now we're going to go ahead and set it up on the roof. Okay, so let's go ahead and hook it up. Remember, it is a little tough to get your first piece started because the aluminum is just sticking together, but once you get it started, you can wiggle it and push it up in place, and then push down or whatever you got to do to get that tight. There we go. So next we're going to put some straps on here. This is masonry. You could use a masonry holder, but there's a secret way. You can just stick a piece of wood in there with a screw. It's going to hold just the same. You do need a masonry bit, but go ahead and we'll set this up. Do the straps next. So before you add your straps, check and make sure that you're plumb or you're straight down, coming all the way down. You can see it comes down really nice. Then it's just going to turn, and of course it's going to go across the gravel into the sump basin. So we'll go ahead and get the masonry screw out. We're going to put our straps behind. They're actually going to be fastened to the building and then wrap around the downspout. So using your masonry bit and your handy dandy Black & Decker, so you drill a little hole in here. This stucco's pretty tight. There must be a little pebble right here. There we go. So next we're going to put a screw through the back side of your strap. You can see that. And the reason is we're going to fold this around so that the white portion over here, the finished edge, is what you're going to see on the down. So you can see we've put the screw on the back side of the strap so that when I haven't secured it yet, but when we put the downspout up, we can fold this end around and it'll be the finished edge showing. Now we need to secure that screw. And what I'm going to do is, in that same hole, I'm going to put a little piece of wood which is going to expand as this screw drives into it and hold it all in. So I just stuck a little piece of wood in there, and then I can put my screw up and just push it. But we're going to secure it. It's all going to spin because I'm doing it with one hand, but we can secure the screw nice and tight. Now we're able to go ahead and wrap that around the downspout. So I already put one on, but basically you just fold it around. Remember, this is an extra wide. This is a 3x4 downspout. So if you bought these at Lowe's, like I did, it's going to look like that. And that's the bottom one. We'll do the same thing up here at the top, and you can see our you can see our downspout, how it looks. It shapes up real nice, comes down straight down the wall, turns, and it's just going to flow right into the sump basin. Real simple project, something that you guys could easily do. Save yourself $200, $300, $400 depending on your contractor. So there you have it, a quick and easy downspout. You could paint that. You notice the other ones down there are green. I kind of like the white because it disappears, but it comes down, turns with a B elbow. Remember, A and B elbows are different, but it turns and it's going to drain into the sump basin. Real simple project. I think it took longer to go to Lowe's to get the material than it did to do the job. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day. So the other thing is, if you're planning on having us to do your install and you'd like for us to come and give you an estimate, I urge you to get on the schedule. Even though it's kind of dried out here, we are extremely busy. If you'd like for us to come and do an estimate and of course do the job, please sign up online as soon as possible. Right now we're looking at into the first of the year. I think today is the 17th, so it's a couple weeks out, but the estimates go pretty quick. We can get you on the schedule and get out there just as soon as we can.